everyone, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com and welcome back. Today I have two different clubs from Beads of the Month Club, and the first one is the 2-hole Beads of the Month, and then I also have the Hot and Trendy Beads of the Month Club. These are the single versions, so these are the smaller of the two different sizes that they offer. They also offer many different types of beading subscriptions, so I'll leave the link to their site down below so you can have a look at all the different things they have to offer, as well as pricing and all of that. They also have an additional findings add-on if you want to do that. And I think it's a great way to pick and choose which bead subscriptions are your favorite. So I happen to really enjoy the different shapes of check glass, including the multi-hole shapes. I think they are a fun challenge when it comes to bead weaving. That's not for everybody, but like I said, they also have other clubs, including seed beads, delicas, Swarovski for now, and fire polish. So let's get into these different clubs. Before we take a look at all of these beads close up, I do want to share a coupon code that is OPAL10, which will save you 10% off the first month of your first club, and I'll leave that down below as well. Let's go ahead and get into this first one here, the 2-hole Beads of the Month Club. We have a theme, it's called Sundrops, so perhaps some golden colors for us to take a look at. We have on the front of our package the list of everything that's included, so if you want to seek out more of these items online, you know what you received as well as how much you received. Every month the theme changes, so it's a great way to build up your stash over time of things that you know you'll probably like. These 2-hole Beads of the Month clubs can include all different sorts of 2-hole beads, and those are going to change all the time just depending on what that particular theme is. And wow, this is a very golden and sunny palette this month. Some very spring-like yellows and some very warm golds to go along with those. So let me take everything out of this particular package and then we'll take a closer look at everything one at a time. All right, the first item on our list are the crystal gold spotted Amos Parpuca beads. That would be these, this kind of teardrop shape with the 2 holes. This is such a stunning combination because it's not just a flat gold and it really picks up the light nicely. You get these flecks of this brighter gold that's on the surface of these translucent beads. And I think mixed with some other different opaques and metallics, these would be such a beautiful addition. They just gleam. So you can see the 2 holes that run through the side of the bead. One goes through the upper area that is more narrow and one goes through that wider, rounder base. And then next up are the crystal gold spotted Helios Parpuca beads. So we have that same kind of color and finish combination, this time in this different shape. Again, you see that very glimmering gold combination. These have the 2 holes that run down through either side of this kind of fan-like shaped bead. Then we have some crystal yellow-lined mini duos, and I think these are so sweet. I love that pop of bright yellow that comes through these crystal mini duos, and also the combination is something I definitely don't have already. So these are just like their counterpart, the Super Duos, except they are smaller. And you can see the glass is crystal clear and it's just the holes that are lined in that very bright yellow. So cool how they do that. Then we have some regular sized Super Duos. These are in the color Tutti Frutti Carambola. And it is kind of a caramelly color. I'm not sure what carambola is. I'll have to look that up after the fact. But these are a very creamy kind of caramelly looking bead. A lighter kind of peachy gold. And of course, Super Duos looking just like those mini duos, except a little bit larger with the 2 holes there going through the face of the bead. And this will be a great color to work with because I think it will go with a lot of different tones and colors since it's more on the neutral side. Next up, our list says Tutti Frutti Carambolo Ginkgo beads, and these are not the ginkgos, although they're labeled as ginkgos. These are actually, I believe, gem duos, so there's a little bit of an error there on the list. That's okay. These are still beautiful, and I still welcome having these, even though they're not ginkgos. The gem duos are still perfectly great to work with, and something that we see pop up from time to time in the subscription. This has that diamond shape with the 2 holes that run through either end. And they're in that same creamy, caramelly, satiny finish with the warm light gold color. Next up, we have some matte transparent light topaz AB quarter Tilas. Very cool. These are Miyuki and are a great 2-hole bead to work with. It's like a little teeny bar shape there with the 2 holes that run through either side. And these are in a light buttery yellow, matte, more frosty color combination with a very light AB finish, which gives these that slight rainbow effect on the surface of the bead. I'm really enjoying seeing all of these warm, sunny colors coming together and all the different finishes that you can already tell will work so well together. We have 2 more to look at in this particular collection. We have the matte transparent light topaz AB Tila beads, which are the regular size Tilas, not the quarter Tilas, so more of a square-like shape. And they're in that same exact combination of light yellow with the AB finish and matte frosty glass. I think it's nice that they included both the regular size and the quarter because you can definitely combine these in lots of different ways together in projects since those holes line up perfectly as well as their other measurements. Those quarter Tilas being pretty much just a quarter slice of the regular size Tila. And last but not least, for sun drops, we have yet another size of Tilas. These are the half Tilas in silk pale yellow. So these being more of the half size of the regular Tila, a little bit wider than the quarter Tilas, and this time in this very light lemon drop yellow. With that glass being slightly transparent and also has a gorgeous lustery look to it on the outside, and a great way to finish up this 2-hole beads of the month club, I think, and another very unique combination of beads. So this is just one example of what you could expect in the 2-hole beads of the month club. If you signed up for the double size club, you'd get 8 containers as well, but you'd get twice the amount of beads. I still feel like the single clubs, you get a lot to work with, and a little bit goes a long way with the 2-hole beads, but you definitely want to do what's right for you. Some of you like to make multiples of the same thing, so maybe in that case, having the larger sizes would work better. I make a lot of one-of-a-kind pieces, so I enjoy having a range of different color options to work with, and that's why I do the single of the 2-hole beads and the hot and trendy. And that's another thing I appreciate about Beads of the Month Club is they have so many different options, so depending on what you're into, you can pick up multiple subscriptions in different sizes, depending on what you use and what you like the most. And it's also a fun surprise to see what color combination they're going to send since that changes every month. Next month will be something totally different. One other perk of the subscription that I hadn't mentioned is they send patterns every month in the form of a link at the bottom of your invoice. So if you follow that link, which changes monthly, there's 3 new patterns you can download and or print. And oftentimes they are for these more unique multi-hold shapes. So it's a great way to build your library of different patterns, and you can pull from those if you are looking for some inspiration on what to do with these interesting shapes. So the Hot and Trendy Beads of the Month Club I received this month, the theme is called Luck of the Irish, so we're going to see some greens, I am sure. And again, we have 8 containers of all different sorts of beads. I recommend this if you are more adventurous. You're not only going to get multi-hole shapes, but you might get single-hole shapes. And not just 2 holes, but they could also be 3 and 4 holes. It just runs the gamut of all different types of high quality check glass beads. And it's especially nice if you like working with all different sorts of things. So let's flip it over. And we have this beautiful combination of greens and golds that we're gonna take a look at. So once again, I will empty this out and we'll take a closer look at everything one at a time. All right, the first item on our list are the metallic matte green turquoise Telos Parpukas. There's 10 pieces inside. These are just such a unique shape that I really haven't worked with yet, and I keep meaning to, but I've been working on so many other things, but this will be coming, I'm sure. I have seen patterns for beaded beads using these, for example, and I am building up a nice little stash of different colors, so I do look forward to coming out with something with these beads in the near future. So these, of course, have that gorgeous green color tone that fades into a teal or a bluish color on the edges, the way the light hits them. Here are a few of those beads in my hand. You can see how unique they are with that C shape. And not only do they have the two holes that are on these ends, but you also have the hole going through this side and a hole going through this side. So very interesting bead that can be more of a challenge if you have never worked with them before. And then we have the metallic matte green turquoise Minos Parpuca beads. So these are in that same color combination, absolutely beautiful green with the hint of blue, rich satiny finish. And these are just a really tiny barrel shaped bead with the hole going through the center. These work really well with some of the other beads in the Parpuca line, but you don't have to use those particular brand of beads together. These can be combined with lots of different things. This one being a very versatile shape to work with and pretty simple with the one hole. Next we have the crystal etched Aztec gold geckos, and that's this container here. You can see those little drop shape style beads. They are kind of flat with that top drilled hole, and what a beautiful shade of gold that has that etched kind of appearance. These are pretty small. They work really well as fringe, or if you want kind of a dragon scale-like effect, you can see how they're slightly pointed at the bottom, and they get a little bit thinner as they go from the top where the hole is down to that bottom point. Then we have the crystal etched Aztec gold side drilled teardrops, and that's this container. So some more gold with that etched appearance gives them a little bit of texture. These are a small drop as well, but these are definitely more rounded as opposed to flat and don't come to that point at the bottom. Here's another little handful, and something else that can be used as a drop style fringe. They're not very large, so they're more of a versatile drop style shape. And this gold actually goes really well with a lot of the items in the sun drop theme that I receive. Not necessarily that these clubs, when you get different ones, are meant to go together, but of course you can use these in combination with other things that you've received, not just the specific monthly club. All right, next we have some metallic emerald button beads. 50 pieces of these cone-shaped beads with the hole that runs through the center. Another very different shape. These are a lighter emerald green, flat on the bottom, taper up to that point and are rounded too, and have a satiny finish. So once again, you're seeing a mix of different colors and also finishes that really work together in designs. Love combining different finishes together. And then the Emerald Capri Gold Rizzos. We have this container, and that brings our color palette together. It looks like we have not only the emerald green, which is this time in a very rich translucent color, but also the gold that is coating one side of these also drop shaped beads, these being a little bit more elongated, kind of rice-like shaped. That Capri gold being a little bit more on the rose gold side, a little bit more coppery in appearance, but also goes with the golds as well. And you can see where that hole is at the top and how these hang down a little bit more of an elongated oval. We also have a container of the Emerald Capri Gold Tri beads. So these are the exact same color combination, the emerald translucent rich green with the Capri gold on the other side. And here's a little handful, such a gorgeous combination. Even the gold on the other side reflects through the green, which makes that green look a little bit more reflective. These are a flat triangle with the hole that runs through the center. Another one of those beads that can be used to give you some really interesting texture in your pieces because of the way that those points would stick out just a little bit. And then our very last item are some transparent emerald pip beads, and that is this container right here, a lighter shade of green, more of a Kelly green, translucent green glass, another drop shape, lots of drops this month, the hole running through the top. You can see these are a flat teardrop shape, very smooth and glossy, also on the smaller side. Very uniform. All these beads that they send are very high quality, which I really appreciate. And this particular one adds another shade of green to these other selections we've seen so far. And so that wraps it up for everything I received for March 2021, those 2 different clubs. And once again, they have lots more on their site that you can look at. It's a great way to build up your stash of things that you know you like and know that you want to use. If these hot and trendy and 2-hole beads aren't right for you, they have other things, but you know you're always going to get high quality and the themes will change every month, so you can get a good selection of things to use over time, not just to work together from that particular month, but also to go with things from past months. And if you want, they also have that additional findings companion pack, which I shared in the rotating beads of the month club that they have. If you want to rotate through all their clubs, you can do that. And don't forget, you can use the coupon code OPAL10 if you'd like to save 10% off the first month of your first subscription and try them out. Their customer service is fabulous, so if you need anything, definitely reach out to them. They mainly ship to the US, but if you request by contacting them through email or phone, they can send you a quote if you are in a different location. It will just depend on where you're located, but they're always happy to answer any questions you have. So I look forward to working with these different shapes and over time coming up with new finished pieces and tutorials to share. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of these themes, of these beads, of Beads of the Month Club, or anything else you'd like to say. And if this video is helpful for you and enjoyable, I hope you'll give it a big thumbs up. And definitely hit that subscribe button while you're here, because I'd love to have you back for when I'm posting new content, which is all the time. You can also check out all of my social media handles down below where I share even more. And I will be back again real soon, so stay tuned. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.